Most people skim over it, not realizing that behind the words is something that could completely shift everything: your health, your mindset, your purpose. John didn't just start his gospel, he reset the very foundation of reality. When life feels overwhelming, when you're struggling with financial stress, burnout, or feeling disconnected, silence can feel like abandonment. You pray, you fast, you seek, but it seems like no answer comes. You've experienced moments where everything feels like a routine, like you're on autopilot. You're not alone. Even David in Psalm 13 asked, "How long, Lord, will you forget me forever?" And Elijah, after witnessing miracles, ran into the wilderness asking for his life to end. This struggle isn't new. It's part of the human experience. We all face moments when God seems silent. But here's the thing: silence isn't always absence. Sometimes God's silence is a strategy. It's a time of preparation, a moment when He's testing not just your belief in miracles, but your trust in His character. Here's the twist. John. Chapter 1, verse 1 doesn't just start a gospel. It shifts how we understand beginning. Right there, in that verse, is a voice louder than silence, a message that could change how you view your spiritual walk. Maybe you're running on fumes, going to church, saying the right things, but your soul feels dry. This is more common than many admit. It's not about whether you believe in Jesus. It's about remembering why you started. The verse in question doesn't just talk about words on a page. It's about the Word being alive, active, and present in your life. This isn't just theology. It's about authority, your health, your mindset, your purpose, and everything that shapes your life. The Bible doesn't begin with John 1:1 by accident. It starts with a cosmic declaration. In the beginning was the Word. This isn't just a poetic line. It's the foundation for everything in your life. It's the blueprint for your purpose, your faith, and your mindset. What's often missed in this verse is that it doesn't just inform the mind, it awakens the spirit. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This isn't just a statement about theology, it's about identity. The Word existed before everything, before time, before creation. That means your life is not random. You were spoken into existence with purpose. Everything, your career, your relationships, your health, starts with the Word. But here's the question: what have you been building your life on? Is it fear, control, or comparison? What if now is the time to reset and build your foundation on the Word? That's when everything changes. When you start from the Word, you don't just chase success, you start living from the original design. Jesus didn't just come to forgive, He came to restore alignment. He said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." The Word isn't just spiritual nutrition, it's spiritual architecture. It teaches you where to stand, what to do, and where to land. Once you align your life with the Word, momentum follows, and disorder loses its grip. John says, Jesus is both. He is the God you fear and the logic you seek. This isn't just some theological concept. It's a disruption, a statement that redefines everything. Think about your life. Whether you're building a business, growing a channel, or dealing with money, you're often stuck between two voices, the sacred and the strategic. What if those aren't meant to be separated? What if the same Word that saves your soul can guide your systems? Imagine aligning your faith with your finances, your health with your habits, your goals with God's design. It's not a contradiction, it's a holistic approach to living. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and He will make your paths straight." This isn't about abandoning logic, it's about integrating faith and strategy. When they merge, you operate at a whole new level. John chapter 1, verse 1 flips the script on beginnings. It doesn't just say the Word was part of creation, it says the Word was before anything existed. That changes everything. The Word is the foundation of everything, including your identity and your purpose. You weren't created by accident. Colossians chapter 1, verse 17 says, "He is before all things, and in him all things hold together." Your life, your career, your calling, they're all anchored in him. There's a lie that can creep in when things feel tough, especially when silence starts to feel deafening. The lie whispers, "You're on your own now." It tells you that just because you can't feel God, he must have left. But that's not the truth. That's trauma talking. The word doesn't just visit, it dwells. It doesn't just show up occasionally, it stays. Jesus isn't a fleeting visitor, he's Emmanuel, God with us, always. It's easy to feel lost when life gets messy, whether it's pressure at work, struggles with finances, or just feeling like you're going through the motions. But the truth is, he sees you. He's been there since before you even had the words to express your pain. Psalm chapter 139, verse 7-8 says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?" The answer? Nowhere. He's with you in every room of your life, whether it's the boardroom or your living room. And yes, even the room inside your heart where you feel most alone. Spiritual growth isn't about proving your faith to God. It's about remembering his presence. You were never meant to walk this path alone. Jesus didn't come just to show the way. He came to be the way. The next step? Making the word the center of your life. What's currently at the center? Fear, control, routine? What if you could shift your focus to place the word at the center? When you do that, everything changes. You don't have to rush through scripture like a checklist. Instead, treat it as a conversation. Ask questions, reflect, declare it over your life. Many of us live in a constant battle between what we see and what we believe. The world pushes us to find solutions through effort, hustle, and control. But the word challenges that. It invites us into rest, not because the problems disappear, but because we understand that our foundation is unshakable. When you anchor your life in the Word, you stop trying to fit God into your plan. Instead, you align your plan with Him. This doesn't make life easy, but it makes it possible. The Word isn't just a guide. It's a map to navigate through life's storms. It's not a strategy book for success. It's the foundation of peace. And when you live with the Word at the center, even your challenges serve a purpose, because you know you're building on something eternal. Start small. What's one habit you can start this week to make the Word the foundation of your routine? Write it down. This isn't just about reading the Word. It's about carrying it with you. When you do, your thinking shifts, and so does your life. Genesis 1 doesn't say God built or assembled the world. It says He spoke, and everything came into existence. The oceans, the skies, the galaxies. Here's the real breakthrough. That same creative word lives in you. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21 tells us, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." This isn't just a metaphor. It's how things work. When you speak, things change. Atmospheres shift. Faith starts not with actions, but with declarations. Think about it. What if you could speak life into areas that feel dead? Your business, your relationships, your health. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about spiritual authority. When your words are rooted in truth, they carry weight. Jesus said in John chapter 6, verse 63, "The words I have spoken to you are full of the Spirit and life." What could happen if you started speaking like you believed that? Imagine treating your speech like seed, planting with precision, watering consistently, and expecting a harvest. So let's ask, what have you been speaking lately over your health, finances, identity? My words create, not because they're magic, but because they're partnered with heaven. Once you realize the power you hold in your words, you stop wasting it on worry. You begin building boldly, one word at a time. Now think about what you're truly standing on. Is it the word, or is it fear, control, or comfort? Will you build your life on temporary emotions, or will you stand on eternal truth? Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 says, Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. It's not about easy living, but secure living. This is where everything changes. When the word becomes your anchor, your thinking shifts, and so does your life. If the word truly holds this power, how will you let it shape your life today? Drop a comment, share your thoughts, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.